Alright, so a lot of talking in this video. I've been trying to get away from that, but this one really warrants an explanation here. So I've been collecting horns for about a decade now, and in that time I've seen some pretty weird shit, but this definitely is on the top 10 list of some of the weirdest things I've seen. This is a K3A, K-horn bells 1, 2, 4A, on a P manifold. Now, those of you who know anything about horns know that this isn't supposed to be possible. And as a matter of fact, if we look closely here, before I haven't taken it apart yet, but we can see that it's been modified pretty heavily there. Whoever did this drilled the holes in farther to be able to mount them. Interesting to see how they got the 4A in there. And oh yeah, so the number 1 bell, the back cap bolts were drilled out and enlarged and tapped for 5/16 rather than 1/4 inch, which is normal for K-horns. So yeah, I can't wait to get this thing apart and look at the extent of the modifications / damages to it. The 4A is completely dead, and I have a funny suspicion that as wacky as this is on the outside, it's probably equally wacky on the inside. So for now, enjoy a K12, and we'll see if we can't get all 3 of these to work. Alrighty, so here's what we got going on. All 3 bells have these really weird yellow O-rings. I've never seen those before. Now the number 1 and the number 2 had extra holes drilled in closer to make that work. The number 4, or the 4A I should say, had the ends of the mounting foot cut off and then slots cut in so that they could get the bolts in there. Kind of unfortunate. I don't know if this will actually fit on a normal K-manifold now. And what seems to be really unfortunate about that is, as best I can tell, this is an unmarked 4A, which kind of sucks. Number 1 bell, as I mentioned, oops, 5/16 flange bolts. These are actually exactly the same as what's used in Leslie RS heads from the factory. Well, so let's go ahead and look at what we got going inside. So number 1 bell, a little rusty, but not too bad. Internals, about what you'd expect. 2 discs, a cushion ring. Same with the number 2. These are stainless 7/8 K-horn hardware. Looks real good inside, tiny bit of corrosion, no big deal. Internals, 2 discs and a cushion ring, just like you'd expect. Now, here's why the 4A wouldn't sound. First off, this has the older flange bolt hardware. And this is why it wouldn't sound. It has 1 disc behind the cushion ring. Cushion ring's all bent up, and the diaphragm is nicely warped and bent. So yeah, that definitely ain't gonna work. Otherwise, not too bad. And as you can see, it is a 4A. It's got a shallow bore to it. So, just in case anybody didn't know, echoes to the P-horn assembly video I have here, the way to properly put a K-horn bell together is diaphragm disc in the back cap, cushion ring in the back cap, and then second diaphragm disc in the back cap. On K-horns, you must have 2 diaphragm discs. That's the only way they'll work. So, a new set of diaphragms is in order for the 4A, and we'll get these cleaned up and see if I can get it to work all the way this time. Alrighty, well here it is, everything cleaned up, ready to go on a borrowed low-profile manifold with K-horn blanker plates. Yes, these do exist. They are fairly rare. So we'll see how it sounds.